Welcome back to Cooking with Ash. What do you look for in a good Guyanese butter flap? For me, it have to be soft and buttery. And this recipe is all that and more. This is a recipe you will enjoy with your family and friends. Join me in the kitchen and let me show you step by step on how to achieve these delicious Guyanese butter flap. So I will be showing you how to prepare this delicious butter flap. Here I have some plain all-purpose flour. I am gonna go in with some butter and I am using golden cream butter. That's what I'm using. I wish I have the golden ray. If you have access to golden ray, please use that inside because I love the flavor of the golden ray in butter flaps. In goes some brown sugar. I'm gonna go in with my salt and I'm using some vegetable shortening here. Everything I'm using will be listed in the description box below for your convenience. I also have a butter flap recipe already on the channel and that one have egg in that recipe, so I had requests to make one without eggs, so hence this recipe is created for everyone that wants to have butter flap without the eggs. So I am going to go ahead and mix my butter and shortening really well into my flour, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the next step. Now that everything is nice and crumbly mixed in together nicely here, I am going to go in with my yeast, and I'm using the fast rising instant yeast. If you're going to use the dry active yeast, please make sure to bloom it before you add it to your flour mixture here. And to bloom it, you would mix the sugar in some water and let it sit and foam up and then add it. So I'm gonna go in with my yeast and go ahead and mix this in well to your flour. Combine it nicely. Rio, stop! Now that I have this all nice and mixed in here, I'm gonna go in with some warm milk. Add my warm milk in here and I'm gonna proceed to mix that in. I'm going to grab some lukewarm water. I'm using water and milk to bring this dough together. So I'm gonna grab some lukewarm water and we're gonna start forming this into a nice dough ball. Gradually add water as needed here. You don't want to get, add all the water at once and then your dough is gonna get over sticky and you cannot work with it. So I'm gradually adding, I already add the milk and I gradually add a little bit of water. Do bear in mind, I'm gonna put in the description box below how much liquid I use here to bring this dough together, but everyone's flour texture is different and the climate they live in is different. So you would have to, adjust this accordingly. You might need more water than what I put and milk or less. So now that we have everything nice and mixed in, I'm gonna proceed to knead this to a smooth dough. If you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and use that. I do have one, but I wanna show you guys, to do it this way. The other recipe I have on the channel, I use the stand mixer. So I want you guys to see you can do it this way too. If you don't have a stand mixer, your hand is perfectly fine. So I'm gonna proceed to knead this into a smooth dough. At this point, don't really add flour or anything to it. Just if it's too sticky, you can gradually sprinkle a little bit of flour, not a lot. When I said sprinkle, it's like that much. You don't want to put too much flour into this dough. And we're gonna proceed to give this a good kneading. You can knead this about 10 minutes. It's gonna be a workout, but knead it until it's nice and smooth. So I've been kneading this dough. Honestly, my muscles are burning me for about 10 minutes now. And as you can see, you have a perfect dough. Look how nice it's gliding. It's not sticking or anything of the sort. Your dough is well kneaded and it's also very nice and smooth. Look at this. it's not sticking to your fingers or anything. That's what you want. If your dough is very, very sticky, then that means your dough is not to the right texture. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and form this into a nice dough ball like that. And I'm gonna leave it right on my mat here to poof for about an hour. I'm gonna take the same bowl that I used to knead it, and cover it down and leave it here, and I'll see you guys back in an hour. So it's been exactly 1 hour. As you can see, our dough double in size. I have here some nice room temperature butter, and again I'm using our golden cream here. I'm gonna add a little bit of sazon, and this helps with that nice vibrant color. But if you're using the golden cream, that gives it a nice color inside. That's why I love the golden cream. It really gives it a nice vibrant orange color. So I'm gonna mix this in, blended it in good into our butter, and then we're gonna start with our dough. So I'm gonna proceed to uncover this, and as you can see, it's spread out nice, it rise nice. So I'm gonna try to get some dough balls out of this. Get some dough balls out of this to start forming and rolling out our butter flaps. So I'm gonna cut. It depends on the size you're looking for, how big, you know, you want to try to get all of them the same size. You can go ahead, and if you have a kitchen scale, and weigh these so they all get the correct weight and size, because you don't want anything to be bigger than any. Then when it's gonna bake, some are gonna bake faster than some. So I'm gonna grab my kitchen scale and go ahead and start weigh these out, portion them out, and come back with the next step. So now that I have all my dough portioned out to the correct size, I'm gonna prepare them into rolling them into a nice dough ball, a nice round dough ball. And doing that, you're just going to pick it up, put it in the palm of your hand, and you're gonna tuck the sides in, pull it into the middle. It's a tuck and fold. And while you're pulling it into the middle, you're using the palm of your hand to smooth it out and make it into a nice round dough ball. See, beautiful. So one more, put it in the palm of your hands, bring the sides in, or you can leave it on your counter and do that. Bring your sides in, tuck it in, a tuck and a pinch, and then you're gonna roll it out like that, nice and smooth. So now we're gonna prepare to start assembling our butter flaps, and I'm gonna just sprinkle the surface with a little bit of flour and proceed to roll these out. I'm gonna roll it out. And that's Rio. Rio thinks we're having a conversation, so he's responding back to me because he hears I'm talking. That's it. Now I'm gonna go in with our butter, and you want to spread it out, a nice layer of our butter and sazon mixture. Enjoy the song of nature with Rio. We're gonna fold it over in half, and we're gonna press the ends to seal it. You can use a fork here to make it look all nice and pretty. So when this bake, it shouldn't open up too much. And I'm gonna go back with a light seal of butter on the top. And we're gonna fold it back over. And again, we're gonna proceed to seal the ends with our fork. Go ahead and put this in your baking pan, and we're gonna proceed to do the rest. I just have a regular baking pan here, lined with foil paper, or you can line it with parchment paper. It's your preference right there. We're gonna roll out another one. Now that we have all our butter flaps assembled, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this and let it poof for another 25 minutes, and then we're gonna proceed to bake it. The remainder of the butter and the sazon mixture, I am going to go ahead and melt this down in my microwave, and we're gonna use it to glaze the top of the butter flops. So after resting for 20 minutes, this is what our butter flap is looking like. You know, as you can see, they start to poof up nicely. I went ahead and preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna pop these in and bake them off for anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. I'll leave in the description box below, you know, how long mine took, but that time can vary for you because everyone oven bakes differently. I am glazing the top of these butter flaps with the excess butter that we had left. As I mentioned, I was going to melt it down, and I'm gonna butter the top of these butter flaps so you can achieve a nice beautiful color. Also, it's gonna help to keep it nice and moist, and it's gonna give it a nice crusty looking butter flap on top, which I like, you know, nice, like a nice crunch to it on the top. So I'm gonna finish these up, finish basting the top up with my melted butter and sazon, and I am going to pop it into the oven, and I am going to see you back shortly with some delicious, beautiful golden brown butter flops. 20 minutes later, and we have some nice beautiful golden brown butter flop just came out of the oven. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and glaze the top with the melted butter that we have remaining, and of course I am going to break into one as soon as it cools down a little bit so you guys can see what it's looking like inside. But who's drooling with me? I am. We have our beautiful taste tester here who is going to dig into this butter flaps. Listen, she tried my butter flaps like a million times already, so you know, I did it a kick it up a notch like how we usually do it. Listen, if you guys never tried butter flap with fried bangamary, filet bangamary with all the fixings, some garlic sauce, a little bit of cucumber in there, cabbage, and I also put some sweet radish, oh my goodness, and some pepper sauce. But hers don't have the pepper sauce, you know, I don't want it too spicy for her. But look at that. I got this idea, and of course I give credit when it's due. I got this idea to stuff this butter flap with fried fish from Sybil's. Sybil's make the best fish sandwich in my opinion. So bite in, go in, dig in, let them know.
Looks so good. Ooh, that's juicy.
Lick it up. Big old bites. That crispiness from the fish. She can't talk, guys. She can't talk. Don't take another bite without you letting them know how it is.
That's more than a 10 out of 10.
It's delicious, right?
That is really good.
What do you tell them about my butter flaps? Every time she eats my butter flap, she would say,
that's so fluffy and soft, and it's nice.
It's nice and buttery, and she loved butter. Okay, so look at that. Look at the fluffiness of that butter flap. This is a satisfying snack or meal. Okay, so I hope you guys give this recipe a try and you enjoy your butter flap. I know a lot of people like their butter flap with a little cheese, or they just eat it just as it is. But let me tell you, if you never had your butter flap stuffed with fried fish inside with all the fixing, like a Guyanese style fish sandwich, fried fish sandwich, you never had butter flaps before, let me tell you. So I hope you guys try this combo. Sending you our love, thanks, and gratitude. I guess Rhea wants a butter flap too. Blow them some kisses. And Atiana is gonna enjoy her butter flap with her fried fish and all the fixing. Love you guys. Take care. Stay blessed. See you guys soon with another delicious recipe. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.